security situation, he'll undoubtedly be asking what extra measures is President Sisi going to put in place to safeguard British tourists. The Egyptian Foreign Minister Shama Shukri has already spoken out against Mr Cameron's decision to ground that flight, ground all flights, describing that decision as premature and unwarranted.
In other news now, and a major rescue operation is going on in Lahore in Pakistan to save dozens of people who are thought to be trapped after a factory collapsed there. At least 7 people are thought to have died. The factory collapsed on Wednesday under construction. Cranes and bulldozers are now being used, and the army has been brought in to help the rescue efforts. The opposition leader in Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi, says she would be above the president if her National League for Democracy party wins the election there on Sunday. The NLD is expected to perform well in the vote, but Aung San Suu Kyi is banned from taking the role of president by the country's constitution. The elections will be Myanmar's first openly contested vote in 25 years. For more from FSN, you can like us on Facebook. You'll find video reporting and behind-the-scenes pictures, facebook.com/feature story news. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN. Bali's international airport has reopened earlier than planned after ash from Mount Barujari on neighbouring Lombok Island began blowing in a more southerly direction and no longer towards Denpasar Airport. Arthur Stevens has more.
The airport was given clearance to open at 2:30 p.m. local time on Thursday, but flight operations didn't begin for at least 2 hours. Australian airline Virgin pulled all flights to and from Bali on Thursday and Friday, grounding 25 flights scheduled to fly between Australia and Bali, as did its Australian competitor Jetstar. Virgin says it will make a decision on Saturday flights following further advice from the Volcanic Ash Advisory Centre. AirAsia cancelled all flights in and out of Bali for Thursday, but is yet to make a decision on Friday services.
Thousands of protesters have marched through the streets of Bucharest for a second night, despite Wednesday's resignation of the Romanian Prime Minister Victor Ponta. They're demanding even more political reform. Europe correspondent Kevin Ozebek has more.
A group of protesters, reportedly 30,000 strong, demanded early elections as they took to the streets of Bucharest last night. Yesterday, Prime Minister Victor Ponta told his country he'll step down. He faced mounting pressure to resign after a nightclub fire last week killed 32 people. Demonstrators believe safety standards are lax in Romania because of deep-seated political corruption. Protesters say Prime Minister Ponta's resignation should be just the beginning, and they're calling for an end to what they see as rule by the political elite.
Mexico's Supreme Court has made a ruling which many believe could lead the way to the legalization of recreational use of marijuana. 4 people from the Mexican Society for Responsible and Tolerant Personal Use will be allowed to grow and smoke their own marijuana. Marijuana still can't be legally sold in Mexico, but many believe the court's ruling is the first step towards full legalization. That is the latest feature story news. Ollie Barrett reporting.
We have your smoking section right here. This is the Cannabis Radio Network.
From the Sky News Centre at 10, Philip Hammond says everything possible is being done to bring stranded British tourists home as flights are suspended to and from Sharm el-Sheikh Airport. Extra screenings being put in place following growing evidence that a bomb brought down a Russian passenger plane in Egypt last week. The Foreign Secretary says they had to take a precautionary approach.
We believe there's a significant possibility that the aircraft could have been brought down by an explosive device on board, and we can't wait for the outcome of the inquiry, which will look at all the wreckage and everything. We've got to take action now.
Flights could resume tomorrow, with British security officials currently reviewing the airport. Lucy Cotterill is in Sharm and wants to know when she'll be able to leave.
We're just waiting really to find out what's going on. Nobody's told us when we're likely to be able to leave, and if so, where we're going to be going back to and stuff like that. So yeah, really, we'd just like to know how long this is likely to go on for and when we'll be able to return to the UK.
Sales of new Volkswagen cars plunged almost 10% in the UK last month as the emissions scandal engulfing the company started to take hold. The Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders says the industry as a whole witnessed a slowdown in October, with sales of new cars falling 1.1% on the same month in 2014. Motorway drivers could be fined £100 for exceeding the speed limit by just 1 mile an hour. The idea has been put forward by Bedfordshire Police for a section of the M1 to raise revenue. England's cricketers have lost the third and final test to Pakistan by 127 runs in the UAE. That means they've also suffered a 2-0 series defeat. England lost 4 wickets for just 11 runs inside the opening half an hour. They were eventually bowled out for 156 in their second innings. And binge watch has been named Word of the Year. Dictionary maker Collins reckons usage of the word has gone up 200% in a year because of the growing popularity of online streaming services. That's the latest. I'm Simon English.
Great websites today need expert web design and development and need to be e-commerce ready and mobile friendly. But building a marketable and profitable website can be an uphill climb. Ready to make your new website or replace your existing website? Think Orange as the new way to get in the black. Orange Hill Development works with Fortune 500 companies and offer the same top quality development service at a fraction of what other providers charge. Brands like Absolute, Carlsberg, and Nestea trust Orange Hill Development. Find out why you should trust your website with Orange Hill. Contact Orange Hill for a consultation today at orangehilldevelopment.com.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every day. Medical marijuana is my last resort, and it helps me when all other drugs have failed. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
How high do you like your profit margin? CannabisRadio.com.
This is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones. Federal regulators are hitting Japanese airbag maker Takata with the largest fine in the history of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. NHTSA Administrator Mark Rosekind announced the penalty.
Takata agrees to pay the largest civil penalty in NHTSA's history, $200 million. It must pay $70 million in cash and remaining amounts if it violates the terms of NHTSA orders.
Takata will have to phase out and recall all the defective airbag inflators that have been known to rupture. Officials are also accelerating recalls of the defective airbags.
It orders the 12 manufacturers that have issued Takata recalls to complete those recalls on an accelerated schedule and to prioritize vehicles based on risk.
More than 19 million vehicles in the U.S. have already been recalled over the issue. This is the USA Radio Business Report. I'm Russ Jones.
USA Headline News, I'm Anthony Lucero. Authorities in Illinois say the shooting death of a police officer was a carefully staged suicide. Lieutenant Charles Glenowitz took his own life after committing a series of criminal acts. Glenowitz had apparently been stealing and laundering money from the police department for the past 7 years. U.S. intelligence officials reportedly believe that an explosive brought down a Russian passenger plane over Egypt last weekend. An official tells CNN that a bomb planted in a piece of luggage or somewhere else on the plane likely downed the jet, although no solid conclusion has yet been reached. The source says ISIS or an ISIS-linked affiliate is likely responsible. 4 people are recovering from stab wounds after being attacked by a man on the University of California at Merced. Police shot and killed the suspect on campus. The UC Merced campus is closed and expected to reopen on Wednesday. You're listening to USA Radio News.
Hi, I'm Joan London. When I needed to find senior care for my mom, I really struggled to find the right fit until I found an advisor, someone who had been through this before. That's why I recommend A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. They have experts who will help you ask the right questions and find the right place. Call A Place for Mom today.
To speak with the local senior living advisor, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-469-7591. That's 1-800-469-7591.
A Place for Mom has helped over 200,000 families find the right senior care for their parents, from assisted living to independent living, even Alzheimer's care, and have local advisors that can help explain your options at no cost to you.
To speak with the local senior living advisor, call A Place for Mom at 1-800-469-7591. That's 1-800-469-7591.
Call today.
A Senate panel is investigating pharmaceutical pricing. The bipartisan group is looking for documents from 4 drug makers, including 2 caught up in a controversy over massive price hikes for life-saving drugs. The Senate Special Committee on Aging is probing Valiant Pharmaceuticals and Turing Pharmaceuticals over the increases. Turing is in the hot seat for pushing the price of a drug that battles a deadly parasitic infection by more than 5,000%. Valiant reportedly hiked the cost of a blood pressure treatment by more than 600%. A suspect is under arrest in the stabbing of a man who helped stop a terrorist gunman. Sacramento police say James Tran is facing attempted murder charges for stabbing Spencer Stone. He was stabbed during a fight outside a Sacramento bar last month. On Wall Street on Wednesday, the Dow was down 50.5, NASDAQ down 3, S&P down 7.5. This is USA Radio News, powered by westernjournalism.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-479-2697. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-479-2697.
Last week, President Obama announced his decision to send Special Operations Forces to assist the fight against the Islamic State terrorists, but contends he did not break any promises. USA's Russ Jones reports that previous speeches and interviews reveal something very, very different.
While Democrats have expressed concern that the president is backtracking on his earlier commitments, President Obama contends he didn't break any promises. But a Washington Free Beacon montage says something quite different about boots on the ground.
I do not foresee a scenario in which American boots on the ground in Syria would not only be good for America, but also would be good for Syria.
We're not considering any boots on the ground approach.
We would not put boots on the ground.
It does not involve boots on the ground.
Even one without boots on the ground. Not putting boots on the ground.
Obama has said some 15 times he would not put American boots on the ground in Syria. Now some are asking, why the change in policy? I'm Russ Jones.
San Diego police are thankful that no one was hurt following a standoff with an armed man at an apartment complex. Police Chief Shelley Zimmerman identified the suspect as Titus Colbert.
And he will be booked into jail for numerous charges, including attempt murder of several police officers.
Colbert surrendered to officers Wednesday afternoon after the standoff had entered into its 5th hour in the Bankers Hill neighborhood. For USA Radio News, I'm Anthony Lucero.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every day. Medical marijuana is my last resort, and it helps me when all other drugs have failed. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
The smoke is rising, and the next crop of podcasts devoted to cannabis providers and enthusiasts are ready to be harvested. Welcome to the Cannabis Radio Network, founded by respected rainmakers who have been producing award-winning podcasts for over a decade. Industry headlines, business updates, medical reports, marketing, and e-commerce education rolled up perfectly for your consumption. Let's grow together. The Cannabis Radio Network. CannabisRadio.com.
USA Radio Sports, I'm Tammy Rose. Steve Curry scored 31 points as the Warriors cut down the Clippers 112-108 in a seesaw affair in Oakland. Warriors head coach Luke Walton says Curry overcame a lot to have a big night.
Had a couple shots that he normally hits didn't go, and, when we really needed him most, he stepped up for us, and he made huge plays.
The defending NBA champions improved to a 5-0 and handed the Clippers their first loss of the season. LeBron James scored 23 points and tore 2 sleeves as the Cavaliers rallied for a 96-86 win over the Knicks. James says they grinded out the win.
Get it again tonight by, finally, walking down defensively, locking down contested shots.
This is USA Radio News, powered by westernjournalism.com.
Warning, if you or a loved one are struggling with drugs and alcohol, there's something you need to know. Thoughts like, I can stop anytime, I'm not hurting anyone, it's my life, are lies. These lies cause you to drink or get high even when you've promised yourself or someone else you wouldn't. You may feel all alone, but you're not.